Okay, guys, so most of you have been asking me, Milton, I need a fully funded scholarship and so many other things. And I think this is the time for you to actually prepare. Get your calculators out or your pen and paper because I'm about to dish you real content now. If you have a bachelor's degree in any field of studies, make sure you continue to do your research while I do my own and bring information for you. If you think you have maybe watched the video till the end and you still don't understand, please reach out to me. There is a link below to book a call from there. I'm going to talk about a scholarship, and I'm equally going to talk about the name of the scholarship, the program you should apply, then the requirements you need to meet, both academic and general requirements. I will talk about what you need to know, the universities involved, when you should prepare everything, and all and all. Okay, so we are going to start with the name of the scholarship. This is Erasmus Mundus Joint Master's Degree Scholarship. Now, this scholarship is sponsored by the European Union, or let me say European Commission. And if you really want to apply, okay, these are the things you need to know. First, the name of the program. This program is the program you are going to be applying for. And for you to apply for this program, there are other things you need to meet, right? Now, what is the name? The name is European Masters in Clinical Linguistics. Does it sound really good to your ear? Yes, because I know there are most of you are watching my content and you studied something related to linguistics. Now, if you want to apply for this program, these are the requirements you need. General requirements, not the university's requirement. So there is an application form which you are going to meet on the website. I'm going to put a link below. Then also you have a letter of motivation letter, like letter of motivation. They call it motivation letter. You need to write a motivation letter to express your interest, to express why you are choosing this particular program, why you want to actually win the Erasmus Mundus, or why you deserve a chance, right? And this motivation letter should not go above 2 pages. Put this into consideration. Another thing you need to understand is the transcript and your degree. They must be available because you need them to actually apply for this particular scholarship. Then you also need a CV, what we commonly call the curriculum vitae, and your CV must be in the Europass format. Okay, so if you intend to apply for this scholarship, there is a link on the website that is going to direct you on all this information or all these things I'm telling you now. So I will just drop the link below. Then after listening, you can then follow up from there. You also need an international passport, of course. Everybody needs a passport, right? Even there is an application I was working on and the individual passport was left 2 months. The school refused that she must bring a new passport. So I had to tell her she got a new passport before we proceed. We went forward. So that is what you need to know. Don't tell me that thing that, oh, I need an identity card. You can use an ID card. Forget about that thing. Get an international passport. Then you also need language tests. For language tests, I'm going to come to that later and I will explain some things to you. The English proficiency exam or the paper, the English stuff from your university is not accepted. These things I'm giving you, I have checked already, okay? So when you listen to me to the end, just ask yourself, do I qualify? Can I get these things that Milton is talking about? Then you apply, okay? Now, you also need two names of your professors in school, okay? Maybe they can be your employer or your professors or your lecturers. Just know that they must come from the academic side. I do not like employers because you are dealing with academic things here. Maybe what your university or maybe what the scholarship board will be asking them to do, your employer may not understand. So it's better to work with your teachers or your lecturers in school. And you need just their names and their emails because there is going to be a position on the scholarship website that you will enter their names and their emails. And then what will happen? They will now fill the scholarship form for you. It is important. All right. Now, I also need to put this to you. When you are giving this, remind them that they are going to answer some questions on your behalf and make sure you trust these people very well. That is why I always tell you that you need to make friends with your teachers. It is important. I hope you understand. Now, these are some of the requirements. Then the next requirement, which is the academic qualification, are you need to have a bachelor's degree in either bachelor's of science, it have to be bachelor's of science, bachelor's of arts, or anything equivalent. I hope you understand. And now remember, if you have HND is not accepted, don't waste your energy if you have HND. Then if you are applying, you should remember that you need to have at least 180 credits at bachelor's. Some people, I noticed that some people in certain countries are graduating with maybe 120, some 90, some 150. I don't know how possible that is, but I saw it on some people's transcripts. If you have less than 180, there are countries that will not accept you for masters. It's the same thing like HND, right? So you should note that. Make sure you have 180 before you proceed. And if you meet all these other requirements, you strike immediately. It is a fully funded scholarship. The things you are going to benefit are visa free, travel free, living allowance. They will give it to you, insurance free. So you need to know this. Now, the bachelor's of science or bachelor's of arts or anything related should come from, if your bachelor's is in speech and language pathology, you can apply for this scholarship. If your bachelor's is in linguistic, you can apply for this scholarship. If your bachelor's is in biomedical sciences, you can apply for this scholarship. If your bachelor's is in psychology, you can apply for this scholarship. If your bachelor's is in special education, you can apply for this scholarship. If you have a higher proficiency in English, like English proficiency. Remember, I mentioned before that you cannot use English proficiency from your university and apply. That is what you should know. Now, we are done with the requirements. I'm going to come back to the requirements for proficiency, the English proficiency requirements. Now, let's take a look at the application date. How are you going to apply? Like, when is the deadline? And when are you going to apply? You have to apply from the 20th of October. So today is the 17th, and you have just 3 days to prepare, right? So you should prepare and apply for this scholarship. It's going to open on the 20th. I have checked these things personally myself, so it's not something you have to doubt. So just prepare your documents and then you put in for the application. Then what you will get monthly stipends, like I explained before. You will get visa free, because when you are trying to apply for a scholarship, okay, there is always something called visa fee, right? You have to pay to the embassy, but in this case, you are not paying for this visa fee. Then when you get your visa, you can now book your flights. In this case, if you win the scholarship, you are not going to pay flights. They will pay your flight for you. Even if you pay, and as soon as you are arriving there and you show them the ticket, everything will be reimbursed. Like they will send it back to you. Okay. Then also understand that the living allowance will be given to you every month. And before, it used to be like 900 euros for this particular scholarship, because I'm talking about Erasmus. But now they have doubled the money for master's students to be 1,200. I think 1,2 or 1,3. Then insurance is also free. So these are the things you are going to benefit. Lectures will start September 2026. Then universities involved. Remember I said before that Erasmus scholarship is a joint scholarship, which means you are going to be moving from one country to the next, to the next, to the next per semester until you graduate. Okay. And after this, you are now going to decide where you are going to do your research or internship or thesis. Okay. So the universities involved here are University of Eastern Finland, which is in Joensuu. This is where your first semester will take place. Then your second semester will take place at the Ghent University in Belgium. Then your third semester will take place at the University of Groningen. Okay. Then fourth semester is going to take place in anywhere you decide. It is a semester for your thesis. So you are going to decide where you want to do the research. All right. I hope you understand. You are going to decide this with the consortium or with the scholarship board. Now, the program duration is 2 years and you will earn 120 ECTS credits. Now, you also need to understand that there are masters for 1 year, 60 credits, and yours is going to be 2 years. So you are going to be funded throughout the program. Then also the application process. Where are you going to apply? Make sure you check the link below. If you have a question, drop it in the comment section. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, then there is a link below to book a call with me. Now, you are going to start the application process using the Study Link platform. For those of you who have applied to the Netherlands before, you will understand that Study Link is used by students in the Netherlands, students who want to come to the Netherlands. But if you are using the platform, it means that they have given their right to the University of Groningen, because the Groningen is in the Netherlands. But whichsoever way, just know that this is what is going to happen, and the application is competitive. Now, if you are not selected for the scholarship, again, like I always say, don't put your eggs in one basket. And once you apply for a scholarship, also apply for other scholarships. And after you apply, also be trying like doing other applications, self-funded opportunities. Self-funded means opportunities you can pay yourself. All right. So I think this is the best advice I can give. Then also, application deadline is December 15, 2025. So you need to start your application. You have just 1 month, I think 1 month, maybe 2 months, approximately 2 months, right? Because this is starting on the 20th and the deadline is 15. It means you have approximately maybe 1 month, 20 days, something that like that. Then also the application form is going to be available on the Microsoft Word document online on the link. It will be there. Then now, English proficiency. I mentioned this before. You need TOEFL score. It's either you get a TOEFL score of 100 points internet based, or you get IELTS 7.0 on 9, okay, computer based or internet based, whichever one, but they need 7.0 with all the band scores, the subsections, not below 6. So make sure you have from 6 and above, and make sure your total score is 7 on 9. 6 and above means your speaking should be 6 or more, listening 6 or more, writing 6 or more, and then reading 6 or more. So this is all about the scholarship. And if you do the best application, you submit your scores, and if your scores are good, you have a very strong document, maybe your transcript and any other thing is powerful, you can just be moving to Europe next year. I hope this helps you. We'll meet again in another one.